exempt.
Yeah, so what is it?
It's a medical exemption. That's all you need to know.
Okay, can I have your name, please?
I need to get my train. Am I being detained?
Sorry?
Am I being
Yeah,
detained?
because at the moment I need to know whether you've got an exemption or not.
I have
You're
got
not
an exemption.
cooperating with us. Just to say it's none of my business.
I didn't say it was none of your business, but it's...
You did. You said to me, you're not a doctor.
That's right.
Well, it's clearly that I'm not a doctor, but I'm a police officer.
Well, I
yes, so
understand
now
that.
we've got coronavirus legislation. At the moment, you haven't given any reason why you haven't got a mask on. And it's a
Coronavirus Part 2, Section 4A states that I can be exempt for any reason. I told you that I've got a medical exemption, and that's as far as I'm willing to discuss with you.
Okay, so
actually, Part 2, Section 4.
An exemption. I
do. Part 2, Section 4A, it causes me severe distress. That's all I need to discuss with you.
Okay.
I don't need to go any further with that.
That's not an exception.
It is an exemption.
No, you haven't.
Look it up. Coronavirus Act, Part 2, Section 4A.
Right. Okay. So you have to prove to us you have an exemption. Now
I don't have to prove it to you.
You have.
I don't have to prove it to you.
Because anyone could say to me, "Oh no, I've got an exemption. Bye. See you later." But the bottom line is, if you've got the virus at the moment, you're spreading it out.
I understand that, but I'm not willing to. I'm not obliged to give you my name.
Okay, so you understand it's an offence?
It's not an offence. I'm not obliged to give you my name.
Not to wear a mask. Not to prove to me that you have an exemption.
I have an exemption.
Under the coronavirus legislation.
I have an exemption.
2020.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to show you now. I'm going to report you. By the way, we'll see what the IPOC has to say about this, because I understand the rules and I understand the legislation.
Okay.
And you don't have the authority to quiz me.
If you understand the rules of the legislation,
I do.
You could be helping us out and cooperate as to why you haven't got a mask.
All I have to do is tell you that I'm exempt. All I have to do is tell you that I'm exempt. I'm not going home. I'm working actually, and you're preventing me from working. Okay. I'm only obliged to tell you that I've got a medical exemption, and that is it. I'm not. It doesn't matter what the exemption is, because it makes no difference. And under the Coronavirus Act, it makes no difference whatsoever.
Say that they have an exemption.
It doesn't. But that's not my rules. That's your rules. All right.
Anyone can. Rules.
Guidance isn't law. We both know this. Let's not joke ourselves. Guidance isn't law, is it?
Okay. In Parliament, this has been passed through. This is legislation that you can be fined for. £200 fine.
I can't be fined because I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't broken any laws. Coronavirus Act is an act, is a law. I don't consent to it.
That's different.
It's not different.
Yeah, so now you're telling me you don't wear a mask because you don't consent to it. Yeah?
No, I've told you that I've got a medical exemption.
Yeah,
I don't need to discuss that with you. Under the rules of the Coronavirus Act, I could have a broken finger. That's not the reason but I'm not willing to discuss it with you because you're not a doctor and I don't have to. I know my rights. Yeah? You're a police officer.
The only details you do have to provide us with, if you are asked, are your name and your home
I don't need to. I'm not obliged to give you my personal details. I've not broken any laws, and I know the law. I'm not pretending to be a lawyer, but I know my human rights. And the Coronavirus Act doesn't supersede the Human Rights Act.
It does in a pandemic.
It doesn't.
It's part of one of the things that we have powers to in a pandemic, and it's written in the Human Rights Act. Yeah, okay, is to deal with that pandemic. Powers that the government
Can I see your warrant
and the
card,
legislation. Listen to me. Under the coronavirus rules. What's the name and address, please, sir?
I'm not obliged to give you my details. I haven't broken any laws. I've just told you that I'm exempt. I've got a medical exemption. I don't even have to go as far as that. But you've pushed me, and now I'm telling you I've got a medical exemption. It doesn't matter what the relevance is to my exemption.
What's the name and address, please, sir?
I'm not obliged to give you those details.
Okay, you understand that? You breach that, you're liable for arrest.
I'm not obliged to give you my details. Now you're trying to intimidate me to give you my details, and I haven't broken any law. Are you under your oath as a constable? Are you under your oath as a constable? Are you working under your oath as a constable?
What sort of question is that?
Well, it's a relevant question. You're a police officer, you're a police constable, therefore you've sworn an oath to the Queen to protect her citizens and her citizens' property. And that
includes the pandemic. So at the moment, if you've got coronavirus, okay, I won't be doing my job if I haven't spoken to you.
You've spoken to me. You've asked me if I'm why I'm not wearing a mask. I don't need to tell you. It's completely irrelevant. I could have a numerous amount of any type of reason for not wearing a mask, any medical exemption, and it wouldn't matter because you don't get to judge.
But
you don't get to judge
that. In my opinion, you haven't got one.
Well, that's in your opinion. Your opinion's not relevant here, is it? I'm telling you that I'm exempt, and that's all you need to know. And that is, it clearly states that in the Coronavirus
Well,
Act.
that's not a
Part
fact,
2,
is it?
Section 4A. I know it, I'm versed on it, because this is why. You don't get to stop a hard-working, law-abiding citizen for no reason, and that's what you're doing now. You're preventing me from going on my day-to-day duties and going and doing my job, and I have broken no laws.
Apart from not wearing masks.
It's not a law. It's an act, right? Acts are consensual. You actually police by consent in this country, right? I'm a British citizen, and you're preventing me to go into work now, and I've not broken any laws.
So if you've got coronavirus, you're happy to sort of come in, spread it out.
I haven't got coronavirus. You're not
I don't
told
know
that.
that, do I?
Well, you do know that.
How do I do?
Well, if you was that concerned about it, you wouldn't be standing so close to me, would you? I believe it's a 2 metre rule.
I've got to do my job. I'll do this.
Your
on a
mask
daily
has slipped
basis.
down about 10 times since we've got this conversation. It's all on video.
So what's your name and address, please?
I'm not obliged to give you my details.
Okay. So at the moment, you have British coronavirus. You're about fine.
I haven't. I haven't. I'm not obliged to give you my details.
Can you turn the light off, please?
Well, it's recording. I can't turn the light off. I'll face it down away from you.
Yeah, face the light down for me, please. Thank you. Okay, so what is the exemption? We're going to go around in circles.
I'm not obliged to. I've told you. Part 2, Section 4A. That specifically says it causes me severe distress. That is all I need to say to you. Severe distress. I'm sure you've got the information on you. I'm sure you've got the Coronavirus Act on you. That is a very specific law. If you look it up, it's there. I don't really know why you're arguing with me about it if you know the law.
Because you haven't told me what exception is.
I'm not obliged to tell you. I'm not obliged to discuss any form of medical history with you at all. We both know this. I don't know why we're going around in circles. I'm not obliged to give you my details. I haven't broken any law. This is at the point where
So
you don't...
This is how you want to do it?
I haven't done anything wrong.
Okay.
Right, now you're harassing me.
I'm not harassing you.
You are harassing me. I haven't broken any law and I know my rights. And now you're pushing me because you want me to somehow give you information that's completely not relevant. So now I feel like I'm being harassed.
Just do my job as well.
You're not doing your job. Your job is to ask me why I'm not wearing a mask and for me to tell you that I'm exempt. That's as far as the conversation goes. I've had the conversation many, many times with other members of Transport Police and it's never been an issue. I don't have to justify to any police officer what my problem is. You're not doctors and it makes no relevance. I'm sure there's lots of actual criminals that could do with your attention right now. I'm not one of them. Right? I've got my bag.
I hate the fact that I'm wasting my time here.
Well, then
Absolutely.
don't. I've got my bag full of tools. I'm trying to get to work. I've got jobs to go to. You've got jobs to do. So,
That's what I'm saying. It would have been a lot easier from the beginning of the conversation.
I'm not. It's why is it easier for you? Listen, I'm a hard-working citizen. How do you like it if a member of your family got stopped and harassed for no reason? Actually, you wouldn't like it either.
They'll cooperate and explain.
But I'm not obliged to do that. I'm not obliged to do that. We're not in a Nazi state. There's no need for all of this, is there? Stopping and harassing people. I've told you that I've got a medical exemption. That's all you need to know. I know my rights. That's like the third train I've missed. Can I go to work now?